But you can see everywhere in Australia at the moment is looking really good from a buying perspective. And to show you the numbers, here they are. You can see just in the last quarter, 6.7% growth on the back of a 5.4 prior. Year on year, over 16% growth on the average for Australia. And you see Sydney, Melbourne, everywhere, double-digit growth. So if you had listened to this event last year and we said, hey, go get yours, I'm hoping you're looking at here going, we got mine, Steve, thank you. Because what a terrific result. Now, it wasn't by accident, it wasn't by fluke, it wasn't by speculation. This was genuine demand, and that is not looking like, leveling off anytime soon. We literally take calls from clients almost every day saying, I've missed out, I've missed out, I've missed out. The level of frustration in buyers right now is huge, and hence they know they have to meet the market. If the buyer is there and keeps missing out, when a seller is there within cooey of reasonable price, that buyer is going to act once he's eventually got fatigue from missing out too often. And this is, certainly fueling the prices. But I remind people all the time, Australia still is the most affordable luxury property market in the world. So these are not crazy big prices. And you see, this is the first time for a number of years since 2017 that we had double-digit growth. But look, it's the first time we've had it in every state. So this is as much a recovery and a readjustment rather than a speculative push with volatility and risk. So I'm comfortable that this is just taking Australia to a sensible price point rather than putting it into a dangerous price point. You can see when we look at the numbers from the Real Estate Institute, they're similar, but there's Sydney 23% year on year. But if you look at the 5-year average, it's only 6.6. The 10-year 8 and the 15-year 6.8. So we're not seeing a crazy growth over a prolonged period of time. It's a reaction to a change in thinking. I want a nice home where I want it at a price I can afford it. And that's what you're seeing. There is genuine buyers with capacity in the market, both from coming from overseas and more importantly, from within Australia. Most of the buyers by a long, long way are upgrading from within Australia. It's not foreigners, it's not expats that are changing the market massively, it's the local domestic market. And hence why we're getting a surge now, but not over a prolonged period of time. And you see Perth for the first time is nice and profitable 8%. It was in negative for the last 5 years. So this is long overdue, as we've been suggesting would happen, and we're very happy that it's come about. And that's still, I think, good opportunity. It's still underperforming. But you see the long-term averages are there. I think I messed up my Brisbane number, so please apologise for that. I'll fix that. And we'll see what happens there. It's a nice result all around Australia. Now, this to me is not a speculative shift. This is a natural and proper adjustment. And as a result, for my prediction for next year is I think we're going to have another good year in the Australian property market, but I am going to suggest that it will not be double digit, that it should temper back to sub 10% growth, hopefully in the range of 6 to 8, which is sensible and moderate. Now, 2 reasons for that. The market will naturally readjust, and 2, it's hard to get double digit on top of double digit growth. The amount of quantum of growth is going to be similar, but on a bigger base, so therefore a smaller percentage return. So we'll see what happens in that regard. And then if you look at the adjustment to the average, there's Sydney. It's actually gone the opposite direction to what I expected. I thought it would come back to be closer to the average, but it's actually increased its premium on the average price from 48 to 54%, the highest it's been in years. And that just shows the power of the active market, both expatriates and locals, upgrading, improving. Now, some of that could well be because a lot of these homes that are being sold now have been going under, significant renovation. So that can also push prices up. But it's because people want where they want. And in Sydney in particular, the supply is incredibly tight. Very few people selling, lots of people wanting to buy. No surprise to see a surge, no surprise to see a premium. Melbourne is about where it should be, and you can see Perth to me at 44% discount to the national average, where it's got the highest weekly earnings, makes no sense. But again, the East Coasters are now got a lot of resentment for Perth because it's not letting them in. So that's going to be an issue, and whether McGowan can get that goodwill back, that'll be time to see. But overall, everywhere still very good value in Australia if you get quality, and that really is the key.